What's up guys, it's me Katlife. I'm a massive tier Katarina one-trick pony and one of the best Katarina players in the world. I'm here with another updated full Katarina guide. First, let's start with the runes. I mainly use these two pages. A full magic pen page with 3 magic pen quints, 9 magic pen blues, 9 magic pen reds, and 9 scaling health yellows. Or an AD magic pen page with 3 AD quints, 9 magic pen blues, 2 AD reds, 7 magic pen reds, and 9 scaling health yellows. Stacking magic pen helps you deal near true damage to carries and increases your damage significantly during Katarina's mid-game power spike. Magic pen isn't very strong early into the game, but that's why I have the AD magic pen page in matchups where I want to get aggressive. AD is all you need to be strong early game because it strengthens your Shumpos and auto attacks. For the full magic pen page, you're mainly looking to just farm and poke in and out with Qs, get items, and one-shot people. I personally like to use the AD magic pen page more because the opportunity to set up a kill might arise and I want to have the damage to take full advantage of it. There is also a second set of rune pages you can use if you want to get super aggressive early. A full AP page with 3 AP quints, 9 AP blues, 9 AD reds, and 9 scaling health yellows. And a full AD page with 3 AD quints, 9 AP blues, 9 AD reds, and 9 scaling health yellows. This page has no magic pen and is purely for early game snowballing. You can use either AP or AD depending on your playstyle. The heavy AP page is more well-rounded because it gives you the option to poke and all-in effectively. The heavy AD page is more for forcing all-ins and overwhelming your opponent with damage. If you use these pages, make sure you build magic penetration items like Haunting Guys and Sork Shoes because they're very important for scaling into mid-game. For Masteries, I go 12-18-0. Down the Ferocity tree, I go Sorcery, Fresh Blood, Natural Talent, and Bounty Hunter. Fresh Blood and Feast are both good depending on if you want more damage or sustain. Bounty Hunter and Double-Edged Sword are both popular choices, but I prefer Bounty Hunter because of how easy it can be to fully stack it and to take less damage in lane. Down the Cunning tree, I go Wanderer, Assassin, Merciless, Dangerous Game, Intelligence, and Thunderlord's Decree for the Keystone. I chose Intelligence over Precision to lower the Shumpo reset cooldown early game. Precision is okay too if you want a little more damage, but I usually stack Magic Pen to my runes anyway. You can also take Precision if you'd rather put points into E to lower the Shumpo reset cooldown. And I get Thunderlord's Decree because it is by far the best keystone on Katarina simply because of its burst and how easily Katarina can proc it. For skill order, I go Q first, into E, then W. I like to max Q first for increasing damage on your only ranged ability and reducing the cooldowns for more opportunities to set up daggers. Maxing E first is also viable. Picking up your daggers will reset your Shumpo faster, and throwing out multiple Shumpos in a combo will do more damage. I would personally still pick Q max over E max because I like to play around the utility I get from maxing Q first. E max is good for being aggressive in lane, but it's not always guaranteed you'll be able to play aggressive. Therefore, Q max first is more consistent. Next, let's talk about the item builds. For starting items, you want to go either Dark Seal, Doran's Shield, or Longsword. Longsword is an aggressive buy. It gives you 10 AD which will increase your damage by a lot, and it allows you to build into your AD items faster, like Cutlass and Hex Shrinker. It lacks sustain compared to the other two items, but it rewards more aggressive play. Doran's Shield is a safer buy. You're looking to poke, tank damage, out-sustain your opponent, and extend your stay in lane. Great for harder matchups and good against damage over time abilities. Dark Seal fits in the middle of these two items. It gives you a bit of both sustain and damage, so it allows you to trade, poke, sustain, and all in. Buy it if you want a more well-rounded starting item. For boots, I go either Sork Shoes, Merc Treads, or Tabbies. I mainly go Sork Shoes because the magic pen it gives is super good. Get this item every chance you get if you don't need to go defensive boots. Merc Treads is good against heavy crowd control teams, and Ninja Tabbies is good against heavy AD and auto attack teams. For core items, you always want to go Gunblade first. Gunblade is just too good of an item to not get because it has everything you need. Gives you AD, AP, extra burst with your active, and sustain. The components are also very strong and versatile. Longswords are great items to boost your damage pre-level 6, and Hextech Revolver is great after 6. Overall, you're looking to rush this item every game. After Gunblade, the items are completely situational and should be built according to the enemy team. Gunblade already gives you so much damage that you're allowed to build pretty much anything you need afterwards. But before I talk about the item choices after Gunblade, I want to talk about Void Staff. Magic Pen is super important on Cat, and like Gunblade, should be prioritized in your build. No, I'm not saying you should rush it, but make sure you have it completed around mid-game. Without Void Staff, your damage will be significantly lower against tankier enemies. Look to build this for your 3rd or 4th item. Now onto the situational items. Build Haunting Guys after Gunblade for the extra Magic Pen. It synergizes well with your mid-game power spike. You're mainly building it for the Magic Pen, so you don't have to finish it until Leandries till much later. Build Banshees against heavy AP threats. Good for blocking spells and CC, and keeps you safe from picks. Build Zhonya's mainly for the stasis. It's good against heavy AD teams, but the stasis is good enough to where you can build it around certain important skills as well, like Orianna ulti and Syndra ulti. Also a great item for teamfighting. Build Rallies if you want survivability against mixed damage teams. Not a super strong item, but it's a solid item for its utility and tankiness. Build Ludens if you want a snowball. Keep in mind that you'll be very squishy. Build Deathcap also if you want the snowball and if you have the money. Me personally, I would always choose Deathcap over Ludens because Deathcap scales way harder. It's also a great item to build late game for a huge damage boost. Now I'm going to briefly go over the tank items for Katarina. Sunfire Cape, Deadman's Plate, and Randuin's are great options against heavy AD teams. Sunfire Cape is good for dealing damage while sticking onto enemies. Deadman's Plate is good for roaming and making picks. Randuin's is good against auto attack heavy teams. Spear Visage is good against AP heavy teams and synergizes with the Gunblade healing. Remember to not stack tank items. Building more than one tank item means you'll be missing out on more precious damage. The purpose of building a tank item is for you to be an AP bruiser. You want to be harder to kill, yet deal damage. The best time to build a tank item is after your Gunblade, when the enemies are still trying to build their damage items. Building it any later won't do anything because the enemies will be able to shred you down with their items anyway. So build only one tank item and build it early. Now I'll talk about other situational items worth mentioning. QSS is a very situational item. Very useful against champions with hard to see that they will most likely save for you like Lissandra ulti and Malzahar ulti. Build it whenever you're caught in this situation. Guardian's Angel, obviously very good for its passive, but the stats just aren't that efficient. Mainly you'd want to build this item in the late game, but you're investing 2400 into just its passive. It used to be a must build item late game before, but now it's not that necessary. Build it wisely. Hex Drinker is a cheesy item. You mainly build it early against bursty AP champs, making you very hard to kill. It also gives you very strong dueling potential with the AD and its passive. I personally don't build this item because I don't think it's necessary, but feel free to try it out. Too long